And if you see a clue, I want you guys to shout at the screen. Say, a clue, a clue. Let's listen.
For him, that night, he was so excited. I mean, he just was like, I can't wait, it's gonna be the best. And he got up around 2:45, 3-ish to go into the kitchen to grab a snack.
Matt then goes into breaking down specific claims that Candace has made about Erika acting weird or being untruthful about interactions with Charlie at the end. Listen.
Now, the problem is that you could do this to anyone. I mean, you could relentlessly dig up old photos and social media posts and legal documents and find minor inconsistencies that have no relevance to anything and present them as a part of a nefarious plot. You could dig into anybody's life and find embarrassing things, weird things, inconsistent things. You could dig into anybody's family and find all kinds of weirdness. Find me a person who claims to not have a weird family, and I'll show you a person who apparently doesn't know their family very well or more likely is lying. But again, this is all innuendo. It doesn't prove anything. It's not evidence of anything. Now, to be fair, in recent episodes of her show, Candace has relied less on innuendo and more on direct accusations. Her series about Erika is ongoing. Some of the stuff from her previous episodes might give us a clue as to where the current series is headed. So let's take a look.
I want you to listen to this now with new ears in retrospect. And if you see a clue, I want you guys to shout at the screen. Say, a clue, a clue. Let's listen.
For him, that night, he was so excited. I mean, he just was like, I can't wait, it's gonna be the best. And he got up around 2:45, 3-ish to go into the kitchen to grab a snack. And our daughter had woke up around that same time. We live in a small space, so you can kind of hear when everyone's kind of shuffling around. And so she came to our room and she stayed in our bed. And he always loved when Gigi slept in our bed because she's, you know, little ones, they like curl up inside of you and like they're just nuzzled in. But you also know that it can be very acrobatic when a 3-year-old is in your bed and somehow their feet end up on your face. So I said, I want you to have a good night's sleep. Go ahead and sleep in her room. And I'll turn the air down so it's nice and cozy in there. And I just want you to get a good night's sleep so you can be amazing tomorrow. And so Gigi and I stayed in our room. And that morning he woke up super early and he came into our bedroom, into the bathroom, because that's where his wedding ring was and his necklace. And he came in and he grabbed that. And then he left. I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
Oh, what's that? In the chat, people are saying a clue, a clue. Did you guys see clues? Oh, okay. Well, let me revisit that. Let me actually reiterate what Erika is saying happened the night before because it doesn't make any sense.
Well, to me, it makes perfect sense. I mean, there's nothing unusual about anything in that interview, but let's see what Candace says about it.
She says, Charlie was so excited. And then she quotes, he was like, I can't wait. It's going to be the best. End quote. It's a quotation from Charlie. I can't wait. It's going to be the best. Okay. Can I ask why? Why was UVU going to be the best? Has Charlie never been to UVU before? No, he has actually. He's been with me. I've done UVU with him. I honestly have done a lot of college events. I've never seen this level of excitement to go sit down with a bunch of teenagers, mostly who are over-coddled by their parents and who are going to be shouting all sorts of questions like you. It was going to be the best? We already did it. Why was it going to be better? I feel offended. I thought we had a good experience up at UVU. Certainly wouldn't have described it as the best and wouldn't be on the brink of my seat looking to go back, itching to go back to UVU. So that's weird.
So the idea is that Charlie wouldn't have been excited about the start of his fall campus tour, even though he'd be greeted by thousands of fans and clearly enjoyed getting out of the studio. There's nothing weird about the fact that Charlie enjoyed doing his life's work. It also is, by the way, perfectly consistent with everything I saw from him personally. He was always amped and excited at any event where I saw him. Let's continue.
She then says that Charlie woke up for a snack at 2:45 in the morning. And apparently he was so loud, the apartment's small, and maybe it was his excitement. He's like, yeah, UVU, yeah, I'm so excited. Who knows? Okay, we're not clear on that. But the implication is that's what woke up her 3-year-old daughter at 2:45 in the morning. That's not when toddlers at the age of 3 wake up, okay? These are sleep-trained toddlers, okay? Gigi wakes up at 2:45, 3-year-old kid who should be in the REM stage of sleep. Toddlers knock out. Maybe Gigi is a light sleeper. It's also just curious that they're all awake. It's 2:45 a.m. in the morning. I don't know what's going on.
But toddlers do wake up at 3 a.m. I mean, I have a toddler right now who wakes up in the middle of the night almost every night. In fact, every one of our 6 children have gone through that phase around that age. It's the most normal thing in the world. So there's simply no reason at all to think that she lied about this. And even if you do think she lied about it, still, and maybe you're sensing a theme here, it would not be evidence of any crime.
Okay. So when you take these little instances one by one, like Matt does here, you might not think that it's that big of a deal. All right. When you analyze like a little thing that might not add up in one of these stories, it's not going to seem like it's a big deal. But when you take a little lie here and a little inconsistency there, and it happens time and time again, what you get is a pattern of dishonesty that has emerged, which makes people uncomfortable and suspicious, to say the least. This is the argument against Erika Kirk. What most people are arguing is that she is guilty of being dishonest. And then we are asking why. Making stuff up, puffery, exaggeration, deflection, spin, saying things that did not happen. We are asking why. Why? Matt then gets into the justification for criticizing Erika Kirk because she has become the CEO of Turning Point USA. Listen.
Argued by Candace and many others that Erika has put herself in line for this level of scrutiny by assuming the role of CEO. Now, I'm not sure why a person becoming CEO of an organization inherently justifies ripping their life apart. I'm not aware of any other CEO who's ever been subjected to anything like this. It seems more that her becoming CEO offers a pretense for the criticism, not a necessary reason for it. And in any case, even if becoming CEO makes her a candidate for increased scrutiny, what it doesn't do is lower the evidentiary bar for everybody else before accusing her of nefarious crimes or implying that she's guilty of them. Her becoming CEO does not give anyone moral license to make wild and defamatory speculations about her. And anyway, her decision to become CEO is not surprising. It certainly is not scandalous. Wanting to keep a man's life work in the family to preserve his legacy is an understandable instinct. And by the way, a very conservative one.
Conservative? It's not that conservative. It's not that conservative Christian to have the widow take over as the CEO of the husband's large organization when she has 2 small kids at home. That's not conservative, Matt. That's not a conservative Christian value. Which leads me to the next part. The reason that people have an issue with Erika Kirk taking over as CEO is because of videos like this that you guys have seen before.
Study shows that married women with kids are the happiest. Why do you think that is? I mean, it's just nature. I mean, just becoming a CEO of a shoe company is not going to give you happiness.
Women have it so mixed up. You can have a career after children, but if you try to have a career while you have your kids, there is no such thing as balance. That is such a myth. I can't spend half of the day doing one thing. I missed out half of that time with being with the kids. So like you have to choose where your heart has to be fully with the home. You have to make that decision on your own, but you can always, after your kids are in school or after they're in high school, you can always go back to work. You can always find a way to get back into the workforce. But if you miss those precious first few years, that is so hard to make up because memories are so much more important than an added paycheck.
Okay. So many have an issue with Erika Kirk because she preached these types of traditional Christian conservative values, if Matt's wondering. She preached these values when she and Charlie were married and they spoke together. She abandoned those after Charlie died to take over as the CEO of Turning Point USA. Us conservatives, conservative Christians, traditional believing, Orthodox believing Christians, would say that her primary vocation is to her kids. Say she wanted to take over as the CEO, though. Say she wanted to take that on to carry on Charlie's legacy. Fine, grant that. Maybe some women are like that. I believe it. Why then? Why on earth then has no one been held accountable for how they treated Charlie in the last months of his life, like those Zionist owners that made his life a living hell? We're still taking money from him. Or what about those people at Turning Point USA who failed to do their jobs? Event planning. UVU said that they shouldn't host the event outside. They did it anyway. Security. I mean, he was killed. Security failed. Brian Hartball talked about how he relied on the UVU police to cover the roofs and he didn't follow up on it. I mean, what kind of security is that? These people were incompetent or they were negligent, and it contributed to Charlie's death, the founder being killed.